No shitting. I don't want to be on camera.
Hi, I'm Lakin Sims, and today we're going to talk about stress and its effects. Personally, I think money, life, and school is plenty of stress for me. But have you ever woke up with a headache or a knot in your chest that just won't go away? Well, I've done that a lot, but those are two symptoms of stress, and there are tons and tons of symptoms of stress. But I think most of us haven't actually stopped to think about what is stress, what causes stress, and how does stress affect us and our bodies. Well, migraines and headaches are some ways that some people stress, but there are all sorts of ways that people stress. So let's look at the research and see what it says. Well, first, what causes stress? Like I said, living in general, money, goals, and decision making. So living, are you married? Are you a parent? Do you go to school? Do you work? Do you pay bills? These are all things that cause us to stress, individually or in a home life with your husband. Either way, at the end of the day, it's stress, which you're going to hear me say a lot in this speech. So, decision making. Are we going to cook spaghetti for dinner? Are we going to cook dinner? Should we eat out? Is it cheaper? What should I make for a Halloween costume? Or should I buy a Halloween costume? Should I take a left or a right at the red light? Which I get lost constantly, so driving is definitely stressful. Well, either way we go, life is stress. So, let's move on to goals and money. Making goals. Do you want a long-term goal? Do you want a short-term goal? Are you making a goal to run a 5K? Either way, goals are one of those things that we all tend to set and only few of us tend to achieve. Because it's stressful. Achieving goals are stressful. And then money. Who in here doesn't stress about money? I think I stress about money on a day-to-day, second-to-second basis. Where to spend money? What to spend money on? Do I have enough money to cover what I need to cover? Money is one of those things that the entire world revolves around. And no matter what you do, you don't ever have enough. So money is definitely stressful. So we know that there are thousands and thousands upon thousands of things that cause stress. But how does stress affect our bodies? How does stress affect us individually? Well, according to common sense, signs and symptoms, stress affects us both physically and emotionally. It can cause headaches, it can cause back pain, it can cause muscle lapses, it causes us to get nauseous, to gain weight, to lose weight, to have impulse buying, which next time I want a pair of shoes, I'm going to tell my husband it's because I'm stressed. It causes us to overeat, to not sleep enough, to sleep too much. There are tons and tons and tons of effects of a stress. Now, our bodies react specifically to stress. Each system of our body has a different type of response to stress. Our nervous system it jumps straight to the flight or fight reflex. And our muscular system, that's where our headaches are born. When you're tense or you pull a muscle in your neck or something like that, that can cause migraines and headaches. And a lot of that goes back to being stressful. And then there's our respiratory system, which that is where we start to hyperventilate. And a lot of times our hyperventilation can go into a straight panic attack. And then you have the endocrine system, which releases our endorphins, and then our gastrointestinal system, which that's where we can blame our nausea and constipation, on all those very uncomfortable symptoms, which are also related to stress. And then we have our reproductive system. Now this is where stress starts to get serious. We start to lose sex drive. Women tend to have harsher monthly periods, and men, well, they start to lose fast swimmers. So, like I said, that can become very serious. But stress, well, when we have to stop and think about all the effects of stress, our next question is, what can we do about the stress that we're having and the effects that it's having on our bodies? So I started to dig in and do a little research. The cause and effects tell us that how we deal with stress is extremely important. and that we need to be able to identify. We need to identify our stress, figure out exactly where it's coming from, and how to manage it. And if we can manage our stress, we can get it down some so that it's not so harsh and effective to our bodies. And then the stress management says that we need to think positively, which kind of sounds crazy. But when you think about it, if you can think positive, then you can stop and breathe. Look at the good things that are going on in your day-to-day life, and that will allow you to overweigh the stressful things going on in our day-to-day lives. So, most don't realize the way that stress can affect our bodies, both positively and negatively. But life is full of stressful situations. It doesn't matter how you go about it. Life is stressful. So, what we need to decide to do is find the ways that we can manage our stress. Whether that's thinking positively, calming down, taking a deep breath, in my case, ignoring my family. But either way, you have to figure out how to deal with your stress, and then the effects aren't so serious. So, I hope that this information helped you as much as it helped me and was as eye-opening to you as it was to me. Because I know I'm going to start using some of these tips to try to calm down my stressful life.